Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting.
Great to be here.
We're diving straight into what's buzzing today on X. It's going to be fast-paced, lots to cover.
Absolutely. From tech tips to global events and everything in between. Let's do it.
Okay, first up, sleep improvement. Brian Johnson, at Brian Johnson, you know, the longevity guy, he posted a tip using iOS settings for a red light filter. Says it helps sleep.
Ah, right. The red light thing. How does he say to do it?
It's accessibility, then display and text size, then color filters, turn it on,
Okay.
select color tint, and then slide intensity and hue all the way up for red.
Right. The idea there, is that red light is less disruptive to melatonin production compared to blue light. Less blue light in the evening, potentially better sleep.
Makes sense. He's got a huge following, focuses on this kind of optimization.
Exactly. Biohacking for longevity.
Okay, let's switch it up. From biohacking to, well, being cringe, at Hamptonism posted this cartoon.
Oh, yeah. What's it about?
It basically shows being cringe leads to results, while being cool leads to nothing. The caption is just, wake up.
I like that. It taps into that whole authenticity trend, right? Like, forget perfection. Just do the thing.
Totally. Less curating, more doing, even if it feels awkward.
Yeah, it's about results over image. Interesting shift online.
Definitely. Okay, now, literal rocket science. SpaceX shared amazing shots from their Falcon 9 launch.
To the ISS, right. Another resupply.
Yep, the 30-second commercial resupply services mission, carrying, tons of stuff.
Over 3 tons, actually. Supplies, science experiments.
Yeah.
Pretty crucial payload.
And those launch photos are always stunning, that big white cloud at liftoff.
Yeah, it's mostly steam. It's from the water sound suppression system. Protects the pad.
Cool. Okay, back down to Earth. At Shannon Jan posed a question about old buses.
Old buses, like Greyhound style.
Yeah, specifically a 2009 MCI 4500 that's up for auction. He's asking about revenue models for it.
Oh, interesting. People convert those into all sorts of things, right? Tiny homes, food trucks.
Exactly. Mobile businesses, event spaces, creative repurposing. He's got a background in business and auctions, so it fits.
That's a neat angle, finding value in unusual places.
For sure. All right, brace yourself. Market news from at Unusual Whales.
Uh-oh. Good news or bad news?
Looks pretty rough. They reported $1.4 trillion erased from the stock market yesterday, April 21st. Shared a heat map that was just red.
Wow, 1.4 trillion in a day. That's significant. Any particular reason cited?
Doesn't explicitly say why in the post, but there's been general anxiety, inflation, rates, maybe lingering tariff fears. Could be a mix of things.
Yeah, drops like that often reflect broader economic jitters. A sea of red isn't comforting.
Not at all. Okay, let's talk AI.
Yeah.
Indresh Karpathy at Karpathy had a PSA about AI ergonomics.
AI ergonomics.
Yes.
Is that designing chairs for robots?
Not quite. It's about designing digital content, so LLMs, large language models, can use it easily.
Ah, I see, like making websites easier for AI to scrape or read.
Exactly. He mentioned preferences like easy to scrape, easy to read, easy to curl. Basically, think about the AI user, not just the human one.
That's actually a really interesting point. Designing for machine consumption. It's a shift in thinking. Karpathy is a big name in AI, so people listen.
Definitely. And speaking of AI making things easier, at DDDus posted about using an AI, the O3 model, to create free custom course plans for AI and machine learning, pulling from top university materials.
Whoa. So the AI builds you a curriculum using, like, MIT or Stanford resources for free.
That's the idea. His take is basically never pay for an online course again. Pretty disruptive.
Yeah, that could seriously shake up online education if it works well. Democratizing access, but also challenging existing platforms.
Didi's a VC, right? So he's thinking disruption.
Seems like it. Okay, now for some somber international news. Via at PressSec, Caroline Levitt.
Well, White House press secretary.
Yep. She announced that former President Trump and Melania Trump are planning to attend Pope Francis's funeral in Rome. Oh, right. The Pope passed away yesterday, the 21st. That's quite the event. Trump and Pope Francis didn't always see eye to eye, did they?
No, there were some public disagreements in the past, so their attendance is definitely noteworthy.
A major moment on the world stage, for sure. Lots of protocol involved there.
Right. Now, sticking with tech, but a very different vibe. Strong reaction from @Quamadon about an AI tool called Cluely.
Cluely. What does it do? And what's the reaction?
He hates it. Says he hates it with every fiber, and investors should be ashamed. Cluely apparently gives you real-time answers by watching your screen and listening to audio.
Wow. Okay. I can see why that would get a strong reaction. It monitors everything and gives answers.
Yeah. He called it a grotesque distortion and worried about it basically making people stop thinking or learning for themselves. Intellectual laziness, I guess.
That's a serious concern. Like an instant cheat code for everything?
Kind of seems that way, which interestingly leads to the next point from @Signal. They posted a thought about cheating, saying that cheating often just reveals where a system is broken or imperfect.
Huh. That's a different take. So cheating isn't just bad behavior. It's like a system diagnostic. A stress test.
Yeah, that's the idea. It highlights vulnerabilities or outdated methods. Kind of makes you think about that Cluely tool again, right? What system is it exploiting?
Interesting perspective. Maybe the system of learning or assessment needs an update if a tool like that is seen as viable or necessary.
Food for thought. Okay, time for some satire from the Babylon Bee @the Babylon Bee.
The bee. What's the joke?
Headline is, Dalai Lama quietly cancels scheduled meeting with J.D. Vance.
Oof. Okay, I get it. Playing on the Pope, having just met with Vance.
Recent events and Vance's recent public profile.
Yeah, the bee doesn't pull punches. Always worth remembering their satire.
Definitely. Now, speaking of controversy, Cluely itself, @TryCluely, responded to the criticism.
Oh, they defended themselves. What do they say?
Pretty much. They compared the pushback against their AI to how people initially reacted to calculators or Google search, calling them cheating back in the day.
The classic, this new tech isn't cheating, it's progress argument. They mentioned funding.
They did. Announced $5.3 million in pre-seed funding from some known investors.
Wow, 5.3 million pre-seed is hefty.
Yeah.
So clearly, some people believe in it, despite the backlash. The debate continues.
Seems so. All right, let's lighten the mood. NBA playoffs observation from @SkydeOKC.
Okay, what'd they see?
Just a funny, relatable post. A picture showing they're watching Jokic playing against Harden on a tiny, tiny screen, like comically small.
Huh. The dedication of fans. Gotta watch the game, no matter the screen size. Jokic versus Harden is a big matchup, too.
Exactly. Just a slice of fan life.
Love it.
Okay, one last item. Back to economics. From @Spectator Index about Germany.
Germany. What's the news?
They've cut their economic growth forecast for the year down to 0%.
0. Wow, that's a big revision downwards. What was it before?
The Post mentions it was previously higher. It doesn't give the exact number, but zero growth is, well, stagnant.
Yeah, for a major economy like Germany, that signals some potential trouble, likely related to energy costs, global slowdown, maybe those trade issues we mentioned earlier.
Could be all of the above. It's
Yeah.
a worrying sign for the European and maybe global economy.
Definitely something to watch.
And that wraps up our whirlwind tour of today's chatter on X. Quite the mix, huh?
It really is. From sleep hacks and AI debates to global economics and tiny basketball screens. A lot going on.
It shows how much information and, vibe is constantly flowing out there.
Hopefully this gave everyone a good snapshot of what's trending and maybe something new to check out.
For sure. Keep exploring, stay curious, and we'll catch you next time on the Daily Vibe Casting.